So this is Dak up on the Eastbourne Downs, Sussex Downs. We have a sponsored walk coming along. Look, just spin it round. Oh, they're all coming up behind me, and look, they're behind me there. Macmillan Cancer. I do like philanthropy. I'm a great philanthropist myself. I love people giving to charity. Macmillan is a wonderful charity in the UK for cancer sufferers. So I did a little 4 minutes on the net with Dak a couple of weeks ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, about if somebody sends me an email, I will always reply to it. I will reply to at least one email, but don't take liberties, because well, then the Serious Writers Guild people get a little bit annoyed because they pay good money to have me on the end of email or have me on the end of the phone. Phone goes straight to my desk. Guy Peter Ross rang me yesterday and he was quite shocked that I actually answered the phone myself. I said, well, that's what I promised. That phone is right there on my studio desk and I pick it up when it rings. That's it. But if anybody sends me a track or an album or whatever, I'll have a quick listen. If you want a serious demo consultation, well, then you have to go on Google, put in the demo consultation service, and there it is. We're the top of the listing all the time, and that is £57. It's unbelievable. As I said before, it's a loss leader. We lose money on it actually, because it just barely covers our costs. In fact, it doesn't cover our costs, but we do it anyway. We've done it since 1996. So this guy sent me an album, for goodness sake, and wanted me to comment on the album. I'm quite blunt in what I say when I do stuff like that, which is not paid for. If you pay me, I'm a little bit politer. But I just said to him simply, no hits. And that's all I'm interested in. I'm interested in making you successful in the music industry. And to be successful in the music industry, you have to think hits. No hits. And I said, could benefit from, and then did my usual little bullet points. An independent producer. I always say the most expensive producer you can afford. Self-production is no production. I often say that. You've heard me say that before. Second point, voice needs to be tougher. Needs to be toughened up. It screamed at me that this guy never sings on stage, rarely sings in the studio, and just went in the studio and had a few little ditties that he sang on. So need to be, if you're serious, your voice needs to be toughened. You need to be doing gigs, you need to be hardened, you need to be tough. No vocal arrangement. It was just him singing on his own. That's nowhere today. Beyonce, Rihanna, Coldplay, you name who you like. Monstrous vocal arrangement. What's vocal arrangement? I've said it a million times in my 4 minutes with Dak. When you take all the music away, take the drums away, take everything away, and there should be a standalone, fantastic vocal arrangement that stands there, probably 3 or 4 or 5 differing vocal ideas going on at the same time. Lyrics, I said next thing, there was cacophony all over the place, cacophonous lyrics, lyrics that don't sit there beautifully, love me down, lick me down lyrics, I call them, you know, just lovely, smooth, gorgeous, loving lyrics. Cacophonous lyrics never did work, never will work. Look at all the poetry right through history, you will never hear cacophony. So, but unfortunately, guys who, you know, don't know, that's what they do, cacophonous lyrics, and millions of them. You know, 29 words in a song, that's all you need for a great song. At most 29 differing words. Paul McCartney, oh no, it was John Lennon actually, said he wanted to write a song with 1 word and 1 chord. And Paul McCartney then did a tribute to him last year in his poetry tour, and he did a poem of 1 word, and that was sensational. Now, and I also said, almost finally, I said, you obviously have never listened to the top 3 in your life. Cruel thing to say, but a true thing to say. You know, if you're in the business, if you're a surgeon, you got to know all the latest stuff in surgery. If you're a carpenter, you know, got to know all the latest techniques. If you're a plumber, the latest techniques.
Well,
how come people trying to get into the music business think it's different? They don't have to study the charts, don't have to study music. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. The last thing I said to him was, listen, you've put your name 7 times on this CD, written by Joe Bloggs, music by Joe Bloggs, produced by Joe Bloggs, guitar played by Joe Bloggs, da-da-da Joe Bloggs. As I always say, floor swept by Joe Bloggs. Crazy stuff, absolutely crazy stuff. But there we are. Never put your name on a CD, only once maybe. But if you want to put a load of names on to make it look more important, then use pseudonyms. Strings by, da-da-da, brass by, da-da-da, make up the names, doesn't matter. How do we know when Justin Timberlake puts all those names on an album? How do we know they're for real? So this is Jack, out on the Eastbourne Downs. I always swing around. I'm nearly hitting people with this here. Lots of walkers coming along. Absolutely gorgeous for Macmillan cancer. It's wonderful. So there we are. Jack, 4 minutes on the net with Jack. Why don't you share this with your friends? Remember, we've got a big competition. Not competition, I keep saying competition, don't say competition, Jack. It's a draw. The more people you share, the more chances you have in the draw. Tasty prize. I'll be announcing it soon. So, see you next week. Bye.